All right, so we are going to be using this is going to be kind of a result analysis using the previous lectures we saw about using formulas and then using functions. Right now we have this data containing students in a class or a faculty. It could be a department, depending. And then we have their names here, and then we have the score for the maths subject they took. Right, so this is mathematics, and this is a score for each of the students. All right, and then we can see their different career here. Now what we are going to do here is for us to use mathematical functions in Excel to assign this. All right, so I had to put it here for reference sake. Now we have this range score from 80 to 100 is A, so that is a grade here. And then from 60 to 69 C, from 0 to 49 is F. So what you are going to be doing here is you are going to write a function in this cell. And remember, this data is about, we have here about, I think, 2001 rows, right? Approximately we have about 2000 students here. Now it will be difficult for us to go through individually one by one to assign a different grade to this person. Looking at this, we now have to go to check the range, and then you type B, or you go to 90, then you type A for the whole 2000 records. That's going to be difficult. Now Excel allows you to use functions to do that, and we are going to be using what is called the if function. So, and we said for you to impute a function, start with equal sign and then use if, right? Open a bracket. Now it says, what is the logical test? What is the logical test? All right, so we have here, if this particular cell here, this is cell K2, all right? If K2 here, if K2 is greater than or equal to 80. So anything greater than or equal to 80, that means from 80 and above. All right. Remember that the highest point is 100. So this falls within the range. All right. The cell K2 greater than or equal to 80. Right. So the value, if it is true, you put a comma. So the value, if it is true, is what? So you open a bracket, and then we are going to type A. Right. Remember, it's capital letter A. Okay. Then we are going to use another if, write another if function here. Now open another if the logical test now is the particular cell, if the same cell K2 is greater than or equal to star 70. So from 70 and above, remember it's not going to meet 80. Once it reaches 80, we have the condition here, the value for the condition, which is going to be A. So that means from 70 to 79, put a comma, and the value, if it is true, remember this is a string. Whenever you're writing a string, you have to put this quotation marks up. Okay. Now the value, this, you are going to put B here, close it, then a comma, and then write another if condition. So for here, the value of this, if this is greater than or equal to, we have the 60, then comma. All right, so that's going to be a C with a comma. Please be very careful whenever you are working with this long, multiple if conditions. Now the next is going to be another if we have the logical test of let's say the same K2 is greater than, equal to, that should be 55, right? Greater than or equal to 55. Then assign a value of D. Then we have if value of K2, all right, is greater than, equal to 50. Then assign, that should be E. Then there's going to be another comma, right? Then if it is false, value, if it is false, then what we have to do is to, just write F. Okay. We're going to put F there. So if every other condition is not met, so what happens? It's going to fall back. So this is a fallback message. All right, this is a fallback message as F. So you close the bracket, and we are going to look how many brackets that we've opened here. We've opened one here. We've opened another one. That's we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, so you're going to close here 1, 2, 3. Right. So we have 5 brackets here. So what you do, hit your enter button. So once you hit the enter button, we have the value B here. So it is within the range of 70 to 79. We have our B. So let's centralize this. Let's centralize this from here. So we can see that we have value B. Now, if you take your mouse to this box here and then drag it down, we see what Excel is very powerful. Now, every value here, looking at this, 90 should be A, 81 should be A, 71 should be B, 84 should be A. Now, we have about 2,000 rows in this record. For you to populate all the 2,000 rows, we take the mouse to here. When you see this plus sign at just the corner of these highlighted cells, just double click. All right, that's 2 times, left click it 2 times, very fast. Now let's scroll down. Let's keep on going down. Let's keep on going down. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Right. So once you reach the end, you see we have here the value, which is 82, and 82 is A. Right. So we've successfully populated the grade for this our student score. Okay. Now we have the next box that says comment. Now what happens is that we are still going to use the if condition. So if we have a student gets B, give the student distinction, very good, good, pass, and fail. So the same thing that you did here, I did here, you can do the same for this particular one. So what you have to do, you can pause the video and try it yourself, right? If you are watching live, just make sure you maybe disconnect yourself or wherever you're watching from. Okay, give it a try and populate this. All right, so let's get started. It's something that is very easy to work on. So basically what you'll be doing is for us to start writing if conditions again. These are multiple if conditions. So you can write different ifs inside another if. All right. Let's start with this. So we have the logical test. If this grade, so this is now going to be, it's no more cell K2, it's going to be cell L2. So if cell L2 is equal to, all right, is equal to the value of A, going to be A, then give it excellent. So what you do here is the value, if it is true, we're going to write the excellent here with a comma and then write another if. So if this is equal to, please note I'm using strings here because of the values we have ABC, they are all strings. So that's why I'm using the quotation mark, right? Opening and closing, right? If it's equal to B, so what you have to do is you give it a value, and that value is distinction. Okay. Now you write another if function. If this cell is equal to that should be C. Please be very careful when you are doing that. That's why most times you can use the formula bar here, so you don't make mistakes here. And if it's L is equal to C, so let's give it very good. Now, if we have the logical test, if we have this to be equal to, my God, I'm getting lost. If it be equal to D, so let's give it good. Now, if we have if ooh, well, if this is equal to, that should be DE, all right, comma, that should be pass. And then the last one is after pass, if those conditions are not met, we give that student fail. You wonderfully take your fail back home. All right, so close this. So we have how many brackets we've opened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we close from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think, yeah. So this is it. So if you check this cell, we have a distinction because what the cell here is equal to B. Now, if you drag it down here, we have excellent, we have excellent, we have distinction. So the next thing you to do to populate the whole column is to just double tap on this. And then we have very good, all right, excellent, good, pass. Is there any student that got pass here? Yeah, we have one student that got pass here. Okay. And please, it's going to be very difficult for you to start writing for a whole 2000 records. So you won't be able to do that. Now we have some other functions in Excel. Please, we are done at this point. Okay. Now let's say we want to get the number of students that got pass, or let's say we want to apply conditional formatting here, as we said, and then let's say we have text that contain, let's say, pass. So click OK here. So we can see student that got pass. Okay, or let's do it this way. Let's clear rules for this particular entire sheet. Right, for this particular entire sheet, let's clear the rules, or for the selected cells. All right, let's clear the rules. Now we want to add a red background, let's say conditional formatting, to students that failed this particular one. So let's say text that contains fail, contains fail. So we can see here, this person failed, this person failed, this person failed, person failed. So you can easily pick it out. Okay, you can easily use this to trace the student that failed the particular course. Okay, this is their email, this is the gender. And from here, there are many things you can do with all this data. So I think we've been able to use Excel functions to analyze results from a workbook or a grade book of a particular institution or a school or a record, be whatsoever. So thank you so much, and I'm glad that you've made it to this part of the class. All right, so see you next time.